welcome to Rants Gen V, the only Gen V podcast that thinks maybe Zoe should be number one in the rankings. I'm one of your hosts and jack of all trades, Mono, and with me is my co-host and master of none, Kira.
Yeah, she's powerful as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, she chopped his head right off.
Oh, she made mincemeat of Viper. Like, the rest of them could, like, hold their own for a little bit
yeah,
against
but
them.
she was just like, hello.
Yeah, granted, she had the element of surprise, but still.
Like, yeah, she also held him, though. Like, she's a 14-year-old girl.
Well, the tentacles went into the eyes first.
Yeah.
So,
but, like, still, like, the reaction would be to jerk away. And she held on to him.
Yeah, so Zoe's pretty fucking powerful, too.
And surprisingly balanced. Scarily.
Yeah.
That girl is going to go off in a big... Well, also, she has, you know, a release through murder.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And Stan is like...
I'm actually really happy. Oh, my God. Stan.
Yeah. Stan is now, like, kind of a good guy.
The noise that came out of me.
Oh, yeah,
when Stan appeared on
first it was like, Zoe! And then, Stan too! Because he was in the trailer, I think, but I completely forgot he was in the trailer. So, yeah, a pleasant surprise.
Apologies for any random dying that may occur during this, as we both still are quite sick.
I think I'm a little bit better than you.
But there may be dying in occasions, and I also sound like Muttley when I laugh, so apologies for that.
That's kind of true on any given day, though.
Yeah, the cackle is out and proud at the minute.
But before we get on to any of the episode, really, it's Season 2, Episode 6, Cooking Lessons.
Woohoo!
And
exposition.
Yes.
In the tradition of the episode 6, it's the episode. Yeah, it's the info dump.
Loads of info, but in a good way.
It's the layup.
But our director for this week was Katrina McKenzie, who did Season 4, Episode 7 of The Boys.
Is there a fada in that name?
No, she is. She's Indigenous Australian.
Oh, cool.
But with a name like Katrina McKenzie, I'm going to assume there's some Irish in there somewhere.
The Lost Generation.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She's done a whole lot of other stuff like as well, like tons of shows, but we've seen her before in The Boys. And the writer was Chelsea Great, who had been an executive story editor for all of Season 1, and I think has a story writing credit for one of Season 1.
Yeah, no, you can tell when it's more female-led, especially for something like this where they're dealing with a lot of emotion.
Well, in flicking back through Season 1, I was trying to find out which specific episode Chelsea Great was credited with in Season 1. I think it's the finale, but as I was flicking through, with the exception of the two lads wrote an episode earlier, Brant Engelstein and who was the other guy? Oh, Dingus. I think, it's been nearly all female writers except for those two guys, and I think Kripke wrote an episode, and nearly all female directors as well.
Yeah, no, it makes a difference.
Yeah, no. And this episode was fucking excellent as well. So will we do a summary?
Got a little bit of everything in this, which is nice.
Will we do a summary and get straight into it then?
Yep.
Annabeth is alive and the gang escapes from Elmira with a little help from the Kool-Aid Sam. As Marie tries to reconnect with an unwilling Annabeth, everyone else tries to figure out their next step. Cipher uses Polarity to track them, but a very unexpected duo step in to help.
You could have warned me about Kool-Aid Sam.
What? He's the Kool-Aid Sam. That was great. Unfortunately, early in the episode, so we can talk about it straight away. Because, for a change, because up to this point, every time somebody needs to escape, we never see what happens. We always just see the after effect.
Yeah, like
Emma and Sam breaking out of the woods.
Yeah, we just saw what happened to that after.
The gang all getting blanked when Sam is in Cardosa's. We just see the after effect. For obvious real-world reasons, we didn't see what happened in Elmira between Seasons 1 and 2.
Yeah.
And then there was another, I think, escape earlier on, or somewhere else. But anyway, so we actually get to see what happens, because it basically takes place straight after the end of the previous episode.
Yeah,
Annabeth's awake and freaking out, because she was dead.
She's dead. Everything's changed.
And you can hear Jordan being like, come on, they're coming, they're coming. And they do come. And immediately try to use the sonic gun
the thing on them. And Jordan, bit of quick thinking there before they're incapacitated, bronze them.
Yeah, uses the power blasts.
Thing. Discovered fun thing about Jordan's powers.
Yeah.
Makes so much more sense now. Kind of wish they'd explained it more.
Yeah, it wasn't
please.
It wasn't even
Kinda
from
pissed.
the actual Gen V account. It was from Sony TV. Put out a tweet, and it was like, who's your favourite, or who would you pick to defend you? And they had Sam, Marie,
both Jordans,
Andre, somebody else, and both Jordans.
Yeah. And
for the power set, they had for Jordan male, they have absorbing energy, and for Jordan female, they have releasing energy.
And we were like, oh my god,
that
when
makes
he gets
so
shot
much
with a
sense.
bullet in the very first episode, turns into male Jordan.
Absorbs impacts, and then releases it as energy blasts. And I was like, that makes so much more sense, because I had always just thought it was like one was invulnerability and the other was power blasts, and the two aren't really related. But absorbing energy and releasing energy, No, I mean, I probably should have been able to figure that one out myself. But thank you, Sony TV, for that tweet.
Yeah.
That, in fairness, that little bit there where Jordan blasts them is not the best Jordan bit in the episode. That comes later.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, as they're escaping, Annabeth is like, no, not that way.
This way.
And
I got the shinin.
Seems to have some shinin in her powers. And
they're like, no, we gotta go. And she's like, she gets all like spooky and is like, he's coming. And then is like, stand back, and came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah, Sam just burst through the wall. I know, as funny as it coming through the wall is, it's Sam's reaction of just, woo! Oh, I thought it was going to be way harder to fight you guys.
Yeah, it was like, I ran at the wall. You're right here.
Yeah, I knew you'd be inside somewhere.
I found a bus. I can't drive though. And Jordan, for the second time, is like, it's okay, I got it. Because apparently Jordan's the only one with the driver's license.
It seems that way anyway.
Yeah, well, Marie was like, I grew up in Red Bull.
Yeah, Marie doesn't.
I don't have one. Like, when was I going to get the
Sam
time
was
to
in
drive?
Sage Grove.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, so he obviously didn't learn to drive either.
Yeah. Emma, spoiled rich kid, probably didn't learn how to drive. Well, not spoiled, but like.
Yeah.
And, you know, Kate's only got one arm.
Yeah, Kate's definitely...
It's alright, they're automatics, but I think a bus is probably stick shift.
Yeah, but well, they all into the van and bust out of the gates and head off. They all kind of...
When they kind of are like, oh, I don't think we're being followed. Momentary sigh of relief, some giggling.
Yeah.
Emma being like, you came through that wall like
the
Kool-Aid man.
So I'm just going, oh yeah.
Everyone's giggling.
Sam cops Annabeth and is like, is that...
And Emma's
like, that's not even the craziest thing.
With Emma.
What?
I don't know what it is about her this episode. She really annoyed me this episode. I think that's Lost into Elmira really fucking broke her.
She's not thinking, really.
She's mean, though. Like, why is she whispering like that in front of Emma? Like, she's not...
No.
That's not Emma. Like, the way she's acting.
I had more problems with Emma when she was being super bitchy towards Kate. I understood it, but I was just like, that's... it seemed a bit harsh for Emma.
But she turns around, like, right in front of her. And, like, Annabeth knows they're talking about her. And she could have been like, yeah, this is her sister.
Well, no, like, but she then does say, because she's like, can we talk about what happened?
No, but the way she's like, oh, and that's not even the craziest thing that happened. And it's just, there's something just very bitchy about it.
No, I have more issue with her later on contacting Harper and not knowing phone numbers and stuff. Yeah. But there,
she's unbelievably stupid as well.
But there, she wants to bring it out into the open, and she's like, "Can we talk about what happened?" And Marie's like, "It was no big deal. I just did what Cipher said.
Yeah,
you know, I connected with all the cells, and
I fixed it.
Yeah, I fixed it, and
I was like, oh, this is why he wants her.
Yeah, but Emma's
because he thinks Goodell can probably think.
Yeah, well, you said
her.
that last week, and I can't remember how in depth we went into it last week, but I was kind of like.
I cannot credit it as an original thought because it's a plot line of a Vampire Academy book.
Well, he also said he does say connect with all the cells.
Yeah.
We had said before about fixing the throat was one thing because it's strictly related to like blood and but like how was she going to deal with the brain issues of her being brain dead? But if it is cellular
and on a cellular, she's doing like fucking quantum cellular repair.
Yeah, and we were saying it's the difference between.
She's Doc Manhattaning people.
Well, no, but we were like...
No, she kind of is.
She kind of is, yeah. But
like, that's terrifying.
We can talk about that later when we actually...
She can fuck with you on that kind of a level, and the way Kate approaches her later and is like, I think you can fix me.
Well, she can, because if she is fixing people at a cellular level and not a blood thing, she can basically do whatever she wants to any living organism.
Yeah, en masse.
Well, we don't know what level... But we did see her levitate several blood bags.
Given what Cipher reveals later on, I think he thinks she'd be able to do it en masse.
But yeah, she can definitely heal people. And I think it's that leveling up kind of powers. Like we said, like Magneto, you think initially it's like, oh, he controls metals.
No, it's
electromagnetic fields. And that makes it way more powerful than just controlling metallic objects.
That's why he can fly. He just makes a disc because it's easier to stand on.
And that's the level up. But that's the level up from controlling blood to controlling cells.
Yeah, but like it is the difference of more of them actually being trained as well and understanding and having a comprehension of like what their power actually is.
But Marie is not
making the difference between like, because Homelander is just pure brute strength.
Oh yeah.
There's no refinement. This is what refinement brings you. Something like Cipher's level of skill as well.
Yeah. But Marie doesn't want to accept it anyway. She's like, no, it's not a miracle. And her and Annabeth...
because it is. It's like she was dead.
Yeah.
Like, she was dead.
She tries to talk to Annabeth.
Annabeth's like, please don't talk to me.
She's just like, no, like, you know, I was dead. It's just... and then overhears, I can't remember who says...
Emma's
like,
Emma's
like... Is it to Canada?
Yeah, Emma just turns around and is like, so how far is it to Canada? And Annabeth is like, I am... What?
Yeah.
No.
Properly freaks out.
Yeah, I'm not going to Canada with you people. It's like with a bunch of strangers. And
Marie,
Marie looks really offended when she calls them strangers, but Marie, you are a stranger too.
Yeah. I have more issue with Marie promising her she's safe.
Yeah,
it's like, you can't make that promise.
I'll promise you I'll never die.
Yeah. Like, you cannot make that promise that she is safe. And then you kind of you point out to her in a scene in a minute or two that she's not safe.
Yeah.
But Annabeth has a freak out and they calm her down a little bit. And she's like, I'm not going to a foreign country with any of you people. And Emma's like, it's not a foreign country. It's Canada. And resumes the freak out. And Marie's like, well, look, we need to find a new car anyway.
Yeah, so we need to stop. We need to rest up, maybe contact
Polarity.
And like make a plan.
Yeah. So they presumably ditch the van.
They pull up in the bus around the back of the library.
Do they not?
No, yeah.
They just leave the van outside the library?
No, it's in like the back in the courtyard where like they meet with Stan.
That's a stupid place to leave it.
Well, it's tucked up in around the back of a
still near the building you're hiding in though.
Yeah, permanently abandoned library.
Yes, our first taste of Homelander's America outside the campus.
Because this is
well, not our first taste because we did see the Starlighters and the Home Teamers, but
9 months after
the
events of season 4.
And libraries are shut. And when we get inside the library, we see a pile of like burnt books.
The kids area as well. And
there's
been ransacked.
Perv has been spray painted on the walls of the library, and 1984 has been burned.
Like a drag story
time book has been burned. And the guy, I think it's Jordan who comments on it, but they all look surprised. So like none of the lads on campus. Well, I suppose they were in Elmira, so they definitely didn't know what was happening.
Anybody who's on campus at the minute, with the exception of like the few who were very quietly undermining things, they're all on Homelander's side.
Yeah.
Like, they've all been primed.
I do like Emma running into the library being like, bathroom.
Yes, very much. In fairness, it's the first time she's been able to go with some privacy, because she was in that glass box of emotion. Yes,
true. She was in a glass case of emotion. But yeah, they all kind of try to find, it's like Marie asks about a phone.
Yeah.
Kate finds clothes. Sam says he's going to go and look for food.
Jordan's kind of processing faster than the others and is like, Marie.
Yeah, basically he's like, you're super powerful. Like you're on another level.
This is crazy. How are you not freaking out, for fuck's sake? Like,
yeah, because Marie basically spends the whole Marie for the entirety of this episode, well, and kind of for most of the season, but for the entirety of this episode in particular, until maybe the very end, is refusal of the call.
Yeah.
Nope, I am not that person. Nope, I am not that powerful. And Jordan's like, no, this changes everything. And Marie's like, no, it changes nothing. Like, we're still the same. And it's like, well, yeah, okay, that might be true. You guys, your emotions and your feelings towards each other haven't changed, but like your situation absolutely has.
You are significantly more powerful, and
like
this will begin to take a toll on you and how you see the world and things like that, because death ain't got nothing on you, bitch.
Well, also, like, I think
you're also open
Jordan's
to
starting to
realize
what. Like, I think Jordan's starting to realize what Cipher had been saying last week in Elmira about like salvation. You know, because he said that in front of Jordan.
Yeah.
So I think Jordan's like, oh crap, like this is what Cipher's talking about. Like Marie is completely on another level of power. Like, way more powerful than me. Like, she can probably more powerful than Homelander.
Like, she can bring people back from the dead. She can heal anything.
Yeah.
If they get her on the wrong side.
And actually, just on that, given the whole like.
But I'd be interested now. Is it only people with V in the blood that she can do it to? Because we find out Annabeth had V.
I wouldn't think so.
I'd be interested to see if it's normal.
No, well, like, because I'd say that the blood bags that she lifted a goat.
Yeah, true.
The goat had an EV.
The guy that she beat up, the woman that she saved. Yeah.
No, she can.
Sorry.
No. Like,
no, just because in the comic books, it's the V in the blood is what is reactivated when they bring people back from the dead.
No, I don't think Annabeth's going to be V zombie.
Yeah.
But the thing that we were saying last week about Marie being people back from the dead and it being maybe a step too far, kind of if it is a cellular thing, I'm slightly more okay with it because it's still in the realm of sci-fi then.
Yeah.
She is literally...
It's on a base cellular level.
Yeah, she has changed that body and got it back to its original working condition. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, yeah, that's better than just straight up magically bringing somebody back from the dead. Because
it's like when Fry has the worms.
Yeah, it addresses the issues we had of like brain death and stuff like that. But anyway, Emma comes out of the bathroom and bumps into Sam, who has a whole load of food.
Because Annabeth, in fairness, poor Anna, she is kind of handling it quite well because they're like, oh, Marie's like, do you want to get changed? And she's like, what? Out of my blood clothes? Like, she's like, don't fuck, like, she's what, 17?
Yeah, if Marie's what, like 19?
Yeah, she's 16, 17.
She'd be 16 or 17.
So, yeah, she's like, the only, like, because there's a moment later on where she's like, I don't know, I couldn't ask my parents because they were dead. And it's like, yeah, you are still, like, a teenager. And you're actually coping quite well done.
Yeah.
Like, you, so much therapy if you survive this.
Well, she's already been going to therapy, as we find out later.
Yeah.
But Marie and Annabeth do have a conversation there about the powers, where Marie's like, hey, do you want to have a chat? And Annabeth's like, I have nothing to say to you, really. Yeah. And Marie's like, okay, well, how about we start with the fact that you're a soup?
Yeah, I can sense it in your blood.
I can sense it in your blood.
Kate's lurking around in the background, by the way.
Yeah.
Just kind of being Kate.
And Annabeth says, she only got them recently.
Yeah.
And
nobody knows about it.
Yeah, nobody knows about it. She gets visions of things that, could happen. She's not sure really what it is. And that's, when Kate pipes up and says, oh, you're a precog.
Not like those shitty ones from Minority Report.
No. And Marie's like, what, so you can tell the future? She's like, no, I just get, like, visions. Sometimes it's kind of vague.
She has a spidey sense.
Yeah, and then the conversation takes a harsh turn.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, that's how you knew Sam was coming. And she's like, yeah.
Yeah, from there, it's basically all about how Marie ruined Annabeth's life and is now doing it again.
Yeah.
Because it's that comment of, I don't know when I got V because I can't ask my parents because they're dead. And Marie has the line about, I spent so long looking for you just to try and tell you I was sorry.
Yeah.
And Annabeth doesn't want to hear it, basically. She's like, no, everything bad that's ever happened to me has been because of you.
I'm dead because of you.
Well, she was dead because of her.
Yeah.
Emma comes out of the bathroom and bumps into Sam, who's found some food. And
Emma's so funny, though, because she's like, no toilet paper, just let you know. And I use the seat liners.
Seat liners. Necessity. But as they're walking back to the gang, they see an office with a phone and a computer, and they go in to try and ring Polarity. And Emma realizes she doesn't know anybody's phone number because, in fairness, I don't think anybody really knows many phone numbers anymore. No. I know a choice few, but
the ones that are lodged in there.
Yeah, exactly. The ones who like people who have had that same phone number for like 20 years. And like if you're somebody I've met recently in the last like 10 years, I don't know your phone number. No. It's just saved in my book or my phone.
Yeah. And but like the thing is they don't even think
they don't ask anybody else
because Maria doesn't have a phone. Like they know her background. Like they know that she didn't have a phone.
Marie
She's the one most likely
to have remembered somebody's phone number. But they don't bother asking her. But it's not that, it's the
immediately go to the computer, which is hilarious. And
well, the fact that it's on and still has internet is one thing, but my issue is the fact that she's like, I'm just going to DM people, and it's like, they could hack into your account.
Yeah, like they literally told Sam to throw his phone out the window earlier whilst fleeing the scene.
Because they can track the phone. They can definitely hack into your Instagram account.
They're watching your social media.
Yeah.
It's geotagged.
Yeah, that's my issue with Emma is her she's not thinking there. Like she doesn't even have like a burner account to message somebody off.
Yeah.
Because they wouldn't necessarily know to be tracking Harper.
Yeah.
Her social media or accounts or anything like that. But now they do because you messaged her. Oh, well, I mean, it's probably because of the phone call Harper makes, but we'll talk about that later.
But any activity on her account or anything like that.
They're going to be watching it.
Yeah.
Particularly DMs.
Any of them. Yeah. But any logins where that login occurs from.
Yeah.
Be smart.
Yeah. No, she's not. She's not smart there
at all.
But she sends Harper a message, say to contact Polarity, and over her shoulder, Sam is looking and is like, "Who's Greg?"
Just some guy. He's a guy.
Yeah, he's a guy. Not a guy, just a guy. Sam's like, "A nice guy?" She's like, "Yes, a nice guy." And Sam's like, "Oh, fine and nice guy.
Should
we DM him? But no, they shouldn't DM him.
But they DM Harper and are like, hey, we got out, we're heading north. Like, she literally is like, oh, we're heading north. Tell Polarity to, like, contact us.
How? If they're leaving the only place that they have...
I don't know.
Anyway, back in the main room where kind of the rest of the gang are, Annabeth's having a panic attack and not dealing too well. Marie gets called in to help her and does some breathing exercises with her.
Yeah.
And it helps her calm back down, and Annabeth apologises and thanks her and says that it hasn't happened in a long time, and her therapist gave her some techniques for dealing with it.
Yeah.
But you can understand her for being overwhelmed.
Yeah.
It's, I think then that they talk about, Marie says that Pam had given her a good life. And she's like, yeah, but I can't go back to that now.
Yeah, because you ruined that.
Yeah, well, because actually previously to that, Annabeth had said she wanted to go back to Pam, and Marie was like, no, you can't. Vought will be watching and it'll put you and her in danger.
Yeah.
So now she's like, well, yeah, look, I can't go back to that life. And Marie makes a promise that she might be able to keep, which is she will try and do everything she can to fix Annabeth's life.
Yeah.
That's a promise you can't make.
Yeah, that one... Yeah.
I will keep you safe. Not a promise you can make.
No, not in the slightest.
But Annabeth doesn't really want to hear it.
No,
either.
She's like, fuck off.
Well, yeah, I think she's about to give her another fuck off, but then gets a vision.
Yeah, and is like, oh no.
And is like, duck, I think, or look out.
Get out of the way.
But that's when we get my favourite Jordan bit.
Yes.
Because Jordan just jumps in, jumps into the air and just blocks the hammer that comes flying through the wall. And it's a beautiful little moment. It's so quick and it's so well done. And Jordan's definitely getting better at using their powers. But yeah, it's just so quick and so well shot. It's a beautiful little moment.
Like, because that's, even though Cipher's been focused on Marie.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, Jordan has been benefiting from the lessons. And the events.
As Polarity says later on, that is the intention. It's not just Marie. Like, everybody is going to get upgraded or die.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that stupid fucking Viking shows up, as Marie says.
It's such a fucking Viking. Oh, good God. It's like, yay, Vicor.
Yeah.
Like, he's a dickhead, but he's a fun kind of... He's a little bit fucking, what's his name? I'm the Juggernaut, bitch.
Well, I mean, he's supposed to be Thor.
That.
I like when he just walks in and picks up the hammer and is like, hey, Marie, and they just
out the window. Yeah. See ya. Well, get her out. That's like, they're after her. Because I figured there was a team outside that was going to, like, move in and grab her.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't send more.
That's what I thought that whole tactic was for. I was like, oh yeah, smart move, separate her out. We know she can take the hit. She took a hit off Homelander.
Yeah, well, or separate her, deal with the rest, and then go and take her, because...
Yeah, well, I just figured there'd be a team outside waiting.
Yeah, that would have made more sense. But
instead of just sending Vicor, because he doesn't exactly seem like the brains of anything.
But I was really excited because Annabeth, Emma, and Kate escaped through a little hatch thing.
Yeah, they go off and hide because they're not really useful.
Jordan turns to Sam and says, "You can take him. I'm going to go help. Or can you handle him? I'm going to go and help Marie." And I was like, "Yes, this is going to be Sam v Vicor." Epic. Sam v Vicor was a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, Sam's better when he's not on antipsychotics.
Well, yeah, but like,
because I wanted some sort of Muppet fight, but
no, but I wanted a big fight. I didn't want Sam to. I wasn't expecting Sam to be able to beat him, but I was expecting him to be able to give him a good run for his money, and then Vicor would get the upper hand.
You just wanted the fight scene at the end of Ravenous.
Oh, well, something akin to that, maybe. Yeah. But like,
especially with hammers.
Jordan gets better hits in than Sam does.
Yeah, and we've seen Jordan v Sam.
Yeah, and we were told in season 1 by Cardosa that Sam could be stronger than Golden Boy.
Yeah,
and Brink thought that Golden Boy could possibly be on a par with Homelander.
Yeah, so what? Yeah.
Yeah, Sam should be able to beat Vicor. Now, don't get me wrong, I do love Vicor's ending, but I feel like, Sam should have been able to beat him. He does get a couple of hits in there, but I feel like he really should have done better there.
Especially after, what he did to his parents' front door last week.
Well, I mean, that's just a door.
I know.
And Vicor is a big dude.
Yeah.
But I was a little bit disappointed with that. I feel Sam should have been able to.
Is, like, unless his power is super jump.
No, his power is super strength. And that's how he does the jump thing, like Maeve. But it was a little bit disappointing. What was less disappointing was Annabeth shouting at Kate and Emma being like, your soup's like, help.
Kate's like, my powers ain't working because,
Emma get big and squish him, and Emma's like, oh yeah, good idea. Again, why hadn't you thought of it? and tries.
And then it's like, say something nice to me. Okay, it's like what?
Like what? Oh, fuck you. At which point Sam comes flying through the wall.
And they're like, oh no.
Yeah, and Kate rightly points out, where'd the Viking guy go?
Yeah. He's gone outside.
He knows how to do his job. He's gone straight for Marie. And Jordan and Marie are outside. Marie's like...
arguing.
Well, she's like, go for Annabeth. Like, why aren't you with Annabeth? And Jordan's like, because I came to help you. Like, he's not after Annabeth. He's after you.
Yeah.
And Jordan takes a hammer blow then.
Yeah. Ooh, in the back.
Oh, it's in the female form, though, so
in the back.
Quite debilitating.
Yeah.
And then, we just hear somebody say, excuse me, and it's Zoe.
It's like, yay! Yeah. Oh, no. And then we were like, who the fuck is Zoe with? Because Zoe had gone off into Red River. Like,
we were like, how did she get out? It was like, did maybe Starlight get
Starlight
out?
Couldn't have gone
probably not. It makes sense who got out, but before that is revealed...
He's like, hello, little girl.
Yeah, hello, little girl.
This is no place for you. And she's like, this is exactly the place for me.
Well, no, his line is, you know, it's about to get messy. And she just smiles because she knows it's about to get messy. And shows him just how messy it's about to get.
Yeah. And that's pretty nasty. And then she's like, hi, guys.
No, it's the fact that she decapitates him and then the head rolls past Marie. And she's like, as it rolls past, she's like, hey, guys. And then we get our other big reveal of who's with Zoe. Because she's like, found her.
Damn!
And it's Stan. And yes, delighted he's back. Knew he wasn't going to be out of the running.
Stanley!
Knew Stan wasn't going to be out of the running. Delighted he's back in the game.
Because he had been freed and he wasn't going to hang around.
No, he wasn't, and he had his plans.
He's been biding his time.
Yes, he has. But before we find out...
Because we knew he'd had his own shit in the works since that wonderful speech with Homelander, where he was defective product.
I mean, since he got out of prison, we were like, okay, he's going to show back up again at some point.
He's gotta.
And I think we might even have said at the time, we were like, when we saw Zoe going into Red River, we were like, maybe Stan might come and get her. Yeah. That's what happened. But everybody is kind of like, who the fuck are you? Well, the rest of the gang come outside and see Headless Vicor and Zoe and Stan. And they're like, what the fuck's going on? Who the fuck are you? It's Kate who cops who he is.
Kate's like,
because he's fresh out of business cards.
Yeah.
Kate's like, he used to run Vought.
Yeah. Because she's been more involved in that side of things than anyone else.
Yeah. And Marie asks what he wants. And he says, you.
And they're like, how did you find us? And he's like, well, I followed the Viking.
I think that comes a little bit later. But there he's like, look, do you want to come and get out of here? And I'll explain more. And Marie is like, okay, but only if all the rest of the gang can come too.
And he's like, whatever, fine.
Fine, everybody in the van.
Yeah.
And they all get in the van and head off to his bunker.
His bunker.
Before we join them in the bunker, will we check back in with Cipher, who's not having a good day?
No, he is not. His prize pig has just escaped.
Yes, he finds out while doing some...
Yeah, so we're seeing more of this weird old crispy dude who's probably Godolphin.
We're saying Godolphin. We have been saying Godolphin for a while, and we're probably confirmed by the end of the episode.
But more of the kind of PT and stuff like that, because we were talking about how like everything he's doing for him is incredibly intimate.
Well, it's all stuff that you would traditionally have like a nurse for, and you wouldn't expect somebody with an agenda like Cipher's to be doing himself unless secrecy was massively important. And also it's the blank look on Cipher's face when he's
performing the task.
Yeah, not when he's getting the call or doing the slapping thing.
Yeah.
He's just got this completely blank face. And again, if you were the crispy old guy controlling the human body in a room where nobody else was, and you have no need to talk, why would you have any facial expression or animate anything beyond just getting him to do what you need to do? So I'm still in the camp of that's a meat puppet.
Yeah, but I also think that maybe, because Cipher does seem to have independent kind of speech pattern, and like there is noticeable shifts throughout, like at times where
he has a very specific way of speaking, and sometimes it changes.
Yeah.
And those changes, there's one that comes later that I'm really
and it's not like with Stormfront where it's old-fashioned phraseology and particularly in her case a language shift.
No, but is it when those little moments of surprise that we saw on his face when he released Jordan,
when he's not
from
expecting
control,
it, yeah.
And the bit that happens at the end of the episode,
Yeah.
I'm like, is that the meat puppet responding?
Yeah. Does something of the host survive?
Yeah, is it that kind of thing? But yeah, I'm still of the opinion that it's the crispy guy is Godolphin and he's controlling Cipher. But yeah, Cipher gets the call to say that Marie has escaped. And I'm surprised that wasn't part of his plan.
Yeah.
Unless his plan was... Because I suppose Kate did pick the thing out. So unless it was just sleep on it and in the morning I'm going to bring her in and show her dead sister and hope she brings her back to life in front of me. But in the meantime, there was an escape attempt. But then we saw them kind of
kill her in front of her.
We saw them kind of frame the escape attempt last week as they knew it was happening. Yeah. So did they just not expect them to get that far?
Well, I don't think they were expecting Sam to through the wall. I think
that's a good point. Yeah.
They were going to they wanted, like, there was enough teams there that they could have subdued them.
Yeah, after she had done the deed.
Had they not gone out.
Yes, it's a good point. Sam was the wild card
Sam's
that he wasn't
the wild
expecting.
Card in that, yeah.
But yeah, gets the call, is very not happy.
Oh God, no! Beats the shit out of poor crispy dude.
But
it's so weird.
The stuff that he says sounds to me, now it could be just how I'm interpreting because I've already made my mind up about who it is, but to me it does come across as self-berating.
Yeah, well, he's stuck. Like, he can't just physically go and do it. He has to.
Yeah.
I'm assuming there is probably a limited range on his control of Cipher.
Yeah.
Like, he can't be out in Elmira, like, or put a strain on him.
Yeah, so Cipher can't go
and track him down and stuff.
Yeah, wherever
like that.
wherever Cipher is, crispy body needs to be nearby to control.
Yeah.
Yeah, I assume there is a limit to it because otherwise he just needs to know where somebody is and he could take control of them straight away. But when he's slapping him and calling him stupid little pink dumpster baby, it comes across as like somebody slapping themselves. That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Somebody berating themselves.
He's taking it out. His not his inaptitude, but his inability. His impetus.
And we saw Sage slap Cipher in the face and him say harder. So yeah, I think that's kind of linked. But yeah, after the phone call and slaps,
also, like, if you're burnt to shit as well, you've no nerve endings, so you can't feel anything.
After the phone calls and the slaps,
well, you can. Constant pain. We know from Jordan, he's in constant pain. Yeah,
so pain that's above the base level is something different that you can feel.
Tingles.
But yeah, after the phone call and the slaps, Cipher just goes back to doing the physical therapy with the complete blank face.
Yeah. Really fucking weird.
Yeah, and after that's all done with, he decides to go and go and check up on Polarity, and I guess just wait there until he wakes up.
Yeah, because Polarity wakes up. Last time we saw Polarity, he was having a seizure on the floor in the kitchen. He wakes up in his bed. Cipher's just there.
Yeah, and it's like, what the hell? You need to start making better life choices.
Yeah, it's like judging on what
Waffle House brawl happened downstairs.
Well, no, remember that video
we saw
I showed you of the girl catching the chair getting fucked at her?
Yeah,
that's a Waffle House waitress.
Yeah.
Like I think it's like them and IHOP. Well, there's the Waffle House index as well for like how bad the natural disaster is.
Oh yeah,
and whether or not they're still open.
Yeah.
So yeah, Waffle House brawls are like
serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it tells him he needs to start taking better care of himself and making better life choices.
Maybe remove all the metal sharp objects from the house.
Tells him that before the end, Andre started having
micro
lots of
seizures.
Short seizures in like quicker and quicker succession, and asks him how recent they are for him. Polarity tells him to fuck off.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, how rude. And then tells him, look, I'm here because Marie is inevitably going to contact you, and when she does, I want you to make her an offer. She comes back and resumes her training, and I leave her sister and all her friends alone.
And Polarity's like, sister?
He's like, yeah, lovely family reunion. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Hugs and everything.
He's so flippant at times. He's brilliant. Yeah. I'm really enjoying Cipher.
But Polarity's like, look, there's no offer you can make.
Yeah.
That she will believe.
Yeah.
So fuck off, basically.
Yeah.
And then a very inopportune time phone call comes.
Yeah.
Cypher's like, gee, I wonder who that could be. And we know who it is. And it's Harper. And I was
poor
sweet Harper has now been...
Because Emma, the fucking moron, she DM'd Harper and Ali.
Yeah. And Harper rings Polarity and says her name. And
we were like, why
I'm Harper, a friend of Emma's.
They know that Polarity works for the school. There would be a phone contact list on the website.
Probably, but then his office is probably bugged.
Yeah.
But yeah, she rings Polarity, tells him Emma's in trouble and wants your help. And the way in which we hear his response over the phone, and it's like, that's not him.
No, and
that's not how he talks.
And it's just Cipher behind him.
Yeah.
Controlling him.
Saying, you did the right thing. Now tell me where they are. And I am fearful for Harper's safety.
Yes.
After this. But the next time we cut back to them is for much further on in the episode, and it's after Cipher's got news of Vicor's head being taken off.
Vicor's failure.
Yeah.
And he is pissed.
He is really pissed. Threatens.
Oh my god. There's a touch of Harvey Korman in the way he's making Polarity slap himself. In the physicality of it.
Yeah. No, it's very well done. Mel Brooks.
Headley
Lamar.
It's like just that. No. What's the name of the doctor in High Anxiety?
I can't remember what he's on.
But the werewolf.
Harvey Korman's,
the werewolf performance. Just the way he's like.
Oh, but the threat of getting
the ranting plus the slap, like, and it's fucking genius.
But before he even hangs up, he threatens to get the person, whoever he's talking to, that if they don't find her, he'll get them to empty a shotgun into their own asshole.
Yeah.
And then, starts slapping Cipher with his own hand, or slapping Polarity with his own hand.
It's so good. And it's that thing I love, which is like villains who are mad, taking it out on their minions, Saul punching the guy
yeah.
At the end of the train platform.
Yeah.
Like, but it's just, there's something about the slap. Slap. I don't know why it entertains me so much. It's like your man from South Park. I'll slap you.
It's also another aspect of his power.
Yeah.
Because he's not taking full control.
No, he's just like,
he's just using the arm.
And it's also got a touch of stop hitting yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it really does. I don't know why that whole him ranting and being like, slap. It just...
But even the way he leads into his like ultimate villain speech of talking about like going to Australia with his dad and kangaroos.
That whole thing. I don't think Thomas Godolphin would have gone to Australia as a child because, unless it was on a fucking 6-week voyage in the early 1910s.
No, he was rich.
Yeah, that's true.
No, I wouldn't necessarily put too much weight in the actual going to Australia. I think it's just a way for him to lead into his kangaroo culling metaphor.
Yeah.
Where he talks about how, you cull a herd to improve the strength overall of the population.
Yeah.
And then leads into talking about God You and how, it's a joke in its current form.
Yeah, but he calls them all wastes of V in his rant.
Yeah, it's like wastes of V. Like, we're supposed to be education for the gods, and yet we admit a boy with a quantum singularity for an asshole.
Yeah.
And says that his purview is to cull the herd, and that by the time he's done, 75% of the population of the students are going to be gone.
Yeah.
It's going to be...
And Polarity's having a bit of a
trial by fire type thing, I assume, where he's basically just going to pit them against each other. And, well, he says, those that survive will be stronger, and those that don't will suffer the same... Well, no, I think it's more, he said, because they're going to suffer the same fate as your son. So he's basically just going to keep pushing them to their limits, and they're either going to exceed them or break.
Yeah.
And I think right there unlocks something in Polarity.
Yeah, he's like, oh shit.
Because he's about to give...
This isn't just...
It's not just about Marie. It's not just about you being an evil bastard. You're going to kill 75% of... And then, if that's what he's willing to do
this is a test as well. He's like, I'm just starting with God.
Yeah, I'm starting with God You.
This is in the grand tradition of American experimentation. We're starting in a university before rolling it out.
And that's just what he's going to do to soups. If he's willing to kill 75% of the soups, what would he even, what about humans?
Yeah,
or is he just going to turn more humans into soups to get better soups?
Yeah.
But yeah, I think he unlocks something in Polarity there because he goes to give him another slap.
Polarity's like, nah, bitch.
And the hand stops.
Yeah.
And he kind of tries to go again, and Polarity's hand doesn't move, and
he's gotten some resistance
at his hand and goes, "What the fuck?"
And then wong.
Yeah, and then gets flung out the window.
Yeah,
and even Polarity looks surprised at himself. And I'm wondering, is it like that Magneto thing of it's not just metal that he can control. Is he able to control electromagnetic fields? And has he just flung
unlocked?
Well, has he also maybe flung Godolphin out of that Cipher body as well? Yeah. Because electromagnetic fields can fuck with a lot of things.
Yeah.
Especially potentially controlling somebody through brain waves.
Yeah.
So he could have actually flung Godolphin out of Cipher there. Or maybe he just flung him out of the house.
I'm taking mind encryption. Metal plate.
Scungy River jump. There's something in the way he says "what the fuck" that's different to the way he normally speaks. But yeah, Polarity has upped his power level, it would seem, and he gets up because the whole time he's been awake, he hasn't been able to actually move.
Really. Yeah, and he's been like kind of dragging himself around on the floor and being like, "No, fuck you! Oh, nope, down I go."
Yeah, but yeah, he gets up and goes over to the window and looks out and can't actually see Cipher anywhere.
Cipher's gone, and he's like, "Oh no."
Oh, I did actually forget part of the conversation he has with Polarity earlier when he's talking about like Andre and Powers, about how, you know, when your body fails you and the pills don't work and some science is gone, all you have left is faith and you need a miracle. And I have one in Marie.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
he can heal you.
He obviously does think that Marie can heal people.
Yeah.
Powered people specifically.
His whole goal, recreating all of his research or continuing his research or whatever it is he's doing with Cipher, is probably to find some way to heal himself. Yeah,
well, that's what you reckon, and I reckon you're right. And that's it for Cipher and Polarity for this episode.
Yeah, Cipher done got sprung out a window.
Yeah, possibly. Maybe sprung out of his body. We'll see.
Yeah.
But Polarity, hopefully, I don't know, we still probably think he's going to die. He's
on the way out.
Hopefully he'll go out in a really...
sheer amount of damage. Oh, badass general with two swords jumping down a dinosaur's mouth kind of style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but now that we've seen him up his power level, like, it will be an even bigger display.
It's going to be a big swan song, He
knows
bunker. It's going to kill him, but he's going to do it, and it's probably going to be like... finale culmination
it'll be the last episode. He'll go out in a blaze of glory, saving everybody else. But back in the bunker.
Back to the bunker.
Well, we find out that it's a bunker.
Apparently Mark Zuckerberg, he's been built, he's had a bunker since before they were cool.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, he's the hipster bunker owner. Apparently Mark Zuckerberg has a lesser version.
Yeah.
Explaining about how far they are underground, and it's zinc, like...
They're about 90 foot underground.
And it's like
zinc-lined concrete.
No, zinc-enriched concrete, so that X-ray vision can't see through it. So he's designed this around Homelander.
Yeah, it's basically so Homelander can't find him. And he says that he's gone down there since, you know, Homelander's little attempts to destroy society as we know it.
Yeah.
And he's just been chilling out down there until he can make his move. And it's Jordan, I think, who asks, is like, what, so you were just chilling here in your bunker and decided, hey, let's go for a drive and get Marie? And he's like, well,
and happened to stumble across Marie, and he's like, no, well, I followed the Viking. He was clumsy.
Well, he says, you know, I had been aware of Marie through my daughter.
Yeah.
And then
oh shit, Victoria Newman was your mom, and Zoe's kind of fangirling.
That's in the elevator on the a little bit when they first meet, and then a little bit in the elevator where Zoe's like fangirling over Marie, and Marie is like, you know, really sorry about what happened to your mom.
Yeah, and also you were in Red River too.
Yeah.
And she's like, yeah, my grandpa got me out.
Yeah, but so Stan says to Zoe, why don't you go and get cleaned up and show the guys their room?
Yeah, she's just covered in cake.
I'm sure
blood.
they all don't want to keep smelling like that.
Yeah.
He's still got
in that wonderful
He's still
Stan
got it.
Way, yeah.
And Emma sniffs herself. Yeah, off they go, but Kate, Jordan and Marie hang around
because
answers.
Marie's like, I need answers. Like, before we do anything else, I need answers.
So Stan's like, allow me to cook for you.
Yeah.
And he says he paid
some celebrity chef, like an
7 figures,
obscene amount of
high
money.
7 figures to teach him how to cook, and he never gets to show it off.
And he makes a frittata.
But yeah, they're kind of like, what's going on here? And I like how Kate's actually using her brain as opposed to just her powers, because she's like, oh no, this is straight out of the Vought playbook. He's going to like give us something to make us trust him and
relax,
loosen up around him, and then he will ask us for something. I think Stan's like, yeah, you're...
But she's also like in business she had been in business marketing. Like she wanted to be Golden Boy's manager, so she is
she knows the playbook, but...
Yeah, but she's actually thinking.
Yeah.
She can't make people do what she wants. She's got to now learn how to work with people.
Yeah, basically. But Stan's like, no, that's not actually the case. I don't want anything from you anyway.
Do, however, want something from Marie.
Yeah, and we finally get the whole Odessa reveal, specifically what Odessa was. It was created by Godolkin in the 60s to make god-tier soups.
Yeah.
It had varying levels of success or a failure. Mostly failure. They
Two
tried
successes.
Well, yeah, but they tried it at he says they started doing it in vitro. And
introducing V at the fibroblast stage, which only yielded 2 successes. One in 1982.
Well, he says one being you, Marie, because they know that already, and the other being in the 80s with Homelander. And big reveal, but we had already kind of said, like, because in season 4, the Odessa project, when Homelander goes home, there's that flashback
there's all
with it on there.
And
so
newspaper clippings about Odessa.
We figured that Odessa was the project
linked,
that produced Homelander, and then if Marie is linked to Odessa, it must also have produced her. So we had kind of made that connection already.
Like,
but I think we were supposed to.
Had worked in that as
it's
well.
Just, it's just the confirmation of the same project
because
that
then
produced.
As well, like the whole thing with Vogelbaum in season 1, where he's like, we learned from you, and we kept them with their parents.
That's about Ryan, though.
No, but I think as well, like, because
says,
Ryan, once Ryan came along, she wasn't necessary. Plus, she
they had already written her. Yeah, they had written her off
because she wasn't showing any signs of powers.
So
it didn't matter if she stayed with her family.
I think she had been put back with her family so that they could do it that way, but then she showed no signs of power.
So they shut down the program.
Plus,
imagine all the payouts for all the babies that died. Like,
it's VOT. They have all the money they need.
Yeah.
But so just in terms of like chronology, we're assuming what happened is in the late 90s, early 2000s, they're like, this Homelander guy is a waste, we need to try it again.
Yeah.
And they create Marie.
But like, they already knew Homelander was incredibly dangerous, like, even from a very small child. Even the way he kind of wasn't born so much as he ripped his way out.
Well, yeah, and they tried their way to control him, as Barbara says that. Yeah, they then
white women ain't scared of shit, Barbara.
Anyway, not important right now. All I'm saying is they make Homelander at some point establish no, he's too fucked. So we start Odessa again with a new subject.
Well, I think the implication is that Odessa was still running. Like, there's that many files.
But they keep it
even
going.
though they had Homelander, they were still trying. Just because you produced it once, like, they were trying to replicate.
Yeah, okay, they were trying to replicate, and they eventually get the success in Marie.
Yeah.
Send her home to go with her parents.
Yeah.
As Stan then says later on, the project he shuts the project down because she showed no signs of powers.
And it was a waste of money.
Oh, yeah, and there were the only 2 that survived for Homelander, who was a fucking mess. And this one who has no powers, shut it down.
It's a waste of money. He did it as a financial decision. They're like, oh yeah, all the dead children. And he's like, yeah, the dead children.
Ryan gets born. Yeah. And they're like, great, new plan B.
Yeah.
And then Marie does develop powers, but kills her parents, so she can't be left with her parents, so they just chuck her in Red River.
Yeah, they don't need her at this point. Yeah. They have Ryan.
Yeah, and maybe in the meantime, or maybe what happened never made it all the way to Stan, and Stan never found out that the other Odessa success actually did have powers.
Yeah.
Until Victoria comes back into the picture and lets him know, hey, that Odessa project person does have powers.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Or connected it back through by going, hey, I met this person called Marie Moreau and she's got blood powers like me, and he went and looked into it.
Yeah.
Because it wouldn't have been known that, like, Odessa is not a well-known project.
No. And it seems like it would have been fairly tightly controlled as well, because he says about the rumours about Godolphin being alive.
There was rumours even back then that he survived the fire.
But that's a little bit further, because when he reveals anyway that Odessa was about God tier soups and the only successes were you and Homelander, and Marie's like, I am not like Homelander. Let me refuse this call again.
Yeah.
And we see some of the other guys in the bunker. Sam's watching the fake screen.
Yeah.
And Emma comes out of the shower and is like, that's a pretty sweet shower. And Sam's like, I don't like this.
Yeah, this is weird.
It's all fake. How does that tree stay alive? This is the only window and it's a fake window.
Yeah, I don't like being underground. It's like, and also for him, he's like, it's like the wallpaper in the woods.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, you poor fucker, you're not, because he does say that in the elevator on the way down, because he's the person who asks how far down they are, and he's like, I don't do well underground.
Yeah, asks Emma if she'd be able to handle it. And she's like, well, I did okay in Elmira.
Yeah,
I even had a little return engagement, so I think I'd be okay in this like well-equipped rich person's spacious bunker. That'll be fine with me. And Sam finally apologizes.
Yeah.
Emma's like, no, you don't have to. And he's like, no, I do. I want to take responsibility for my actions. I was really shitty to you last year. That wasn't cool and I wasn't being me. And she's like, well, no, you were. That's the problem.
Yeah.
And then he's like, no, sorry, I misspoke. I wasn't being my best self.
Yeah.
It's something one of my therapists used to say to me, Sam, be your best self.
Yeah.
And tries to reconnect, and it's like
not getting it.
Well, he is a little bit, because Emma's like, no, we can't we can't just go back there.
No, but also you got to remember Sam is incredibly emotionally and developmentally stunted by the fact that he has been in a facility for so long. And isolated. Like his social graces are not there.
So I think he does well there because he says, look, I don't want to go back to where we were. That wasn't a good place for me. I was seeing puppets and killing people and wasn't good for you either. But I'd like to get to a place where we could maybe try again.
Yeah.
And I think tries to go in for a kiss.
Yeah.
And Emma's like, no, and he just gives her the remote thing and goes off to take a shower.
Yeah.
That's then when we get Stan talking more about
Godolphin.
Cipher and Godolphin and saying that, he...
Why did none of them ask him what Cipher's power set is?
Because they know now.
But do they? Like, it's still...
No, they don't.
Yeah.
But they think they do.
Yeah, because, honestly, I would be like, what Cipher's power... Like, nobody knows anything about Cipher. What... Like, that's it. That's like what? Like, nobody knows anything about Cipher.
Well, if he's the one who shut the project down, you know about Odessa.
He knows more about everything about the company. What... Like, he knows all the big players. What is Cipher's skill set? Like, what is his... Who is he? Where did he come from? Where did he go?
Well, I think Stan probably does know a lot of that anyway.
Yeah.
Might not know the whole...
But why do none of them? Like,
why did not? Because they're all being stupid.
They're all being really stupid. Because they thought he was human. Like, why doesn't she say... He has no V in his blood. Like, that Stan...
But they're not... They don't want to know what... They want to know what Cipher's plans are.
Yeah.
They don't really care where he's come from anymore because they think they've figured it out. They think that all there is to know about Cipher is... He's the soup that can control other people who worked on Odessa and now wants to control Marie and all the make everybody super powerful kind of thing. They don't know specifically what his end goal is yet, but that's what they want to find out is his end goal. They're not looking back, whereas Stan is because he's talking about...
Yeah, but you think in order to, like, because they're like, we have to stop Cipher. Well, find out what his exact power set is.
They're stupid college kids. Being stupid college kids. That's why it's good that Stan is there to help them. Because, he's the one who's talking about the fact that he's trying to explain to them what Cipher is. Like, we're dealing with a man who meticulously recreated all of Godolphin's work after it was burnt in the fire that supposedly killed him.
Yeah.
And that's when they're like, hang on, supposedly?
He killed him. Yeah, then it'd be there like, if he did survive, he'd be like 100 years old. And then
Stan assumes he'd just be dead. He'd like, even if he did survive, he'd be dead by now. He's so old. And it's Kate who's like, or like 100, and Jordan's like, no, really? I know,
and
the two of them had this back and forth.
And I was basically shouting at the screen, going, the guy in the tube!
Yeah, well, all of us, every person viewing was shouting that.
Make the fucking connection, the dude in the tube!
They do, and they're like, the dude in the tube, and Stan's like, what dude?
What guy?
And they explain, Cipher has this burnt-looking guy in a hyperbaric chamber behind a big fucking
he's like 100 years old,
house.
And he's all covered in like burn scars.
And
could that be Thomas Godolphin?
Yeah, Stan's like, well, that changes everything.
Like, and it's like, and Stan's so the way he does it, because like later on he's like, I didn't say he is. I don't even know who he is.
Yeah.
You know. But if it is him.
But the fact that he immediately switches the plan because they're like, well, hang on, what was the plan?
They were like, well, after the like Godolphin, like you get that's a bit later with the whole Godolphin was them trying to control soups.
Yeah. Well, I think he does say it a bit there because he says that Godolphin wanted to control soups.
He went from trying to create like.
Yeah, he wanted to create and then control.
What did you call him? Votland über alles?
Well, that's what he says. Yeah, Cipher, in a word, wants soup supremacy. Votland über alles, which is more than a word.
That's it. Sorry, Godolphin wanted to control soups, whereas Cipher wants soup supremacy.
Yeah, Godolphin wanted more and more powerful soups, but obviously they wanted to be able to control them if they were powerful.
he wanted to, like, weapons.
Cipher wants more and more powerful soups because he wants soups to take over the world.
Yeah.
Is what, at least, Stan thinks. But then, says, like, well, if Godolphin's alive, the plan has changed. Because, what was the plan? He's like, well, Marie, I was going to offer you safety here.
Yeah.
In exchange for you working for me and keeping me safe once I get control back of what.
Because I will. Which would be fun, because if he's going up against Sage.
Yeah. I think he's smart enough.
Can he outthink Sage?
Yes, but he'll have to keep himself off the board so that the only way he'll be able to outplay Sage is by not letting Sage know what he's doing. It's the only way that he can is by being an unpredictable player on the board.
And Stan is.
It's just his experience will be the only thing that will be able to put him up against Sage, I think.
Plus, Stan at this point, I think, has nothing to lose except for Zoe. And if he's got her safe, he's and all like Stan's contacts and shit.
But they're like, how does a bird do change in anything? And Stan's like, it changes everything.
Because if he was like there, he's basically thinking maybe Cipher's got Gul'dan keeping him captive and is pulling all the information out of his head, and that's how he was able to recreate all the work.
Yeah, he thought initially Stan just thought he meticulously recreated it, and now he's like, well, if that's Godolphin, he's gotten the information out of him. One
way or another, he's gotten the information, which means that Cipher. I kind of wish we'd gotten to see Cipher and Tech Knight.
Yeah, that would have been an interesting combo.
Because Cipher is everything Tech Knight wanted to be.
Yeah.
In
terms of actual competence and ability,
I kind of wish we'd gotten a Cipher Tech Knight.
Yeah, they did kind of do Tech Knight a little bit dirty as well, because when we saw him in Gen V, last season he was such a menacing presence, and then when we saw him in season 4, as fun as it was, he was just
a little bit
sex
pathetic.
Freak.
Yeah.
But he went from really menacing presence who had a tumor in his brain that made him fuck everything, which was funny, to just sex freak.
Yeah, just straight up sex freak. Yeah, and not in the fun Jesus Desaad kind of sex freak.
I think that's what they were going for. I think,
but it didn't quite work.
Anyway, somewhat distracted.
Yeah, but that kind of the implication with Stan is he's either tortured this information out of him in some way, or he's literally gone rummaging around in his brain. Yeah. Either massive personal invasion, but
I think
any of them have considered the fact that Godolphin I think Godolphin got powers in that fire, and he can project himself. He's the person.
Oh yeah, we are a broken record saying it at this point.
Yeah. But they haven't had that. We've had the wonderful. But I think that's going because number one, we saw what happened in that fire.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be the crux of maybe the next episode. Is they're going to go in there thinking Stan and the rest of them are maybe going to go in there thinking, aha, we need to get the guy in the tube. If he is Godolphin, we need to get him away from Cipher. So that we can get the information out of him, but they're going to find out that actually he is Cipher.
Yeah,
I think because after a short conversation between Annabeth and Zoe about what it's like to have a big sister. Well, Annabeth is sorry about your mom, and Zoe says, I think my dad's dead too, because Grandpa can't find him and he can find anybody. And she's like, I just wish I could protect them.
It'd be a lot easier if
Marie stays. Annabeth's like, yeah, I think the same thing in regards wishing I could protect them.
Yeah.
And Zoe asks, what's it like having a big sister? Do you guys hang out? And Annabeth's like, no, not really a lot anymore, and wants to end the conversation there, I think, but Zoe looks a little bit disappointed, so she softens a little bit and is like, I was really, really shy as a kid and didn't even go out trick-or-treating, but Marie used to go out, stay out all night and come back and give me half her candy. And Zoe's just like, that's really, really sweet. And Annabeth looks kind of contemplative and is like, yeah, it is. I think we might see a bit of a reconnection next week, depending on what Marie does. But back with Stan, he's got a little bit more information for Marie.
Yeah.
He has some old files, and
he's like, whatever survived the fire.
Yeah, they're Godolphin's old files on controlling soups.
And he shows them, lets her have a flick through.
We see the collars and the sonic devices.
And halothane. So Frenchie, they'd lost these files, and Frenchie had to fucking reverse engineer this information.
Well, no, doesn't Frenchie come up with the halothane thing because of the Russians? So the Russians might have gotten that information from Godolphin.
Yeah, because they wanted to get... Well, didn't Vought hand over Soldier Boy?
Yeah, Vought handed over Soldier Boy. So probably
Vought knew, because Vought had always had a way of controlling their own soups. So Vought knew the halothane was a way of doing it. So they would have given that information to the Russians. That would have been very closely
the collar
guarded.
Thing, though...
The shock collars?
The shock collar thing is we have literally only seen it now.
Yeah.
But if they've been around for that long, we would have seen it in season 1 or 2 when Annie was locked up in that room where she couldn't use her powers with the super thick walls.
Well,
we'd have seen it in Sage Grove. You know what I mean? No, it's one of those things where it's you can't retroactively introduce this and not have us ask the question of why it wasn't used
in
before.
In the prisons, it's for subduing violence, whereas with Annie...
Sage Grove?
Yeah.
Anyway, I'll let them away with it for the minute. But...
Or even in the woods.
But...
I suppose electric floor.
Marie's like, if that's Godolphin, do you think he could stop Homelander or Cipher? And...
He's like, if that's Godolphin, he can stop Homelander.
And she's like, well then we need to go and get him. If he can do that, if he can stop
Homelander,
we need to go and get him. And Stan says, no, what you need to do is accept that you're more powerful than all of your friends combined.
Yeah.
Like, you need to accept that. And basically says, that, the world's about to burn.
Yeah.
It's going to be ashes, and it's going to need people like you for the rebuilding.
Yeah.
Still, refusing to come.
No, not doing it. La 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 la.
Goes to bed with Jordan, and Jordan is just looking at because it cuts immediately to Jordan and Marie in bed, and Jordan's just lying there in bed like, fuck.
Yeah, she's just been told, yeah. You're like, well, what are you going to do about Cousin Homelander?
I like the Cousin Homelander thing, yeah.
She's like, not my cousin.
Jordan's like, you think he's right? And Marie's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, let's go to sleep and maybe it'll make some more sense in the morning.
Yeah, it won't.
No, well, it probably won't. And Marie doesn't go to sleep anyway.
No.
She leaves.
Yeah.
And I can't decide why she's leaving. Is she leaving? I think she's going to go to Cipher.
I don't know. But I'm just disappointed.
I know she spent the whhole episode refusing the call, but I don't think she's just running away from it all.
No, I don't know. I really don't know.
Maybe going to Starlight to ask for some advice, but then she takes Kate with her.
Yeah, well, so she doesn't really take Kate with her so much. She doesn't Kate stop. On, yeah. Because Kate follows her out and is like, I think you can fix me. I think you can fix my powers. And she's like, I don't know what you're on about. And she's like, yeah, you do.
Yeah, you brought your sister back from the dead.
You can fix my powers, yeah. And she's like, whatever. And she just leaves.
Well, she doesn't say anything. She just turns and walks and Kate follows her on. If Kate wasn't following her, I might think maybe she was going to somebody like Starlight for advice or something like that. But
Cipher.
With Kate following her, I think she's going to Cipher. I can't decide if she's going to try and make some sort of plea deal with him, like what Cipher himself suggested, of train with me and I'll leave you alone, or if she's going to go in there solo and try and take him out. I don't know which, but I think Cipher is where she's headed.
Or is she going to go back to him, heal Godolkin if he's got him?
Yeah, she's going to go after Godolkin.
Thinking that, you're going to help us take down Homelander, but I don't think he is, because he is a bit...
If she heals Godolkin, he'll just immediately drop the meat puppet and be like, haha, it was me all along.
Haha, I was the turkey. Which means
if that is the case, I do hope it happens next episode. Yeah. And that in the final episode we actually get to meet the puppet.
Yeah, Cipher.
Who
actually meets Cipher.
And that he helps them bring down Godolkin because he's been controlled by him for so long. It might work both ways. Yeah. Well, it does work both ways because Jordan knew Godolkin was in pain. Yeah. So, knew Cipher was in pain. So, very, very interested to see how the next episode plays out because we've only got 2 left in the season. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's where the episode ends, with the 2 of them.
Looking off.
But yeah, 2 episodes left. We've gotten our answer as to what Odessa is. Still not 100% clear on Cipher's end goal vis-a-vis Marie, but it probably is get Marie to heal me, Godolkin, and then do the whole supremacy thing.
Are they going to hold her up as like a miracle worker? Like, look at how supes are so powerful they can even bring your loved ones back from the dead.
Might well be, yeah. Get her to do it. Like Lazarus, in front of everybody, and then look, she's brought somebody back from the dead. She is the savior. You must follow her. Yeah, could be. I mean, he's ambitious enough to go down that route.
Or keep her in the
heal me, and then when I'm healed, I will control this super army, and I don't need this puppet thing anymore. I can actually move around and do stuff myself now. But Tal remains to be seen in the last 2 episodes. This was a hell of an episode, though. Right, very, very much enjoyed it. Only thing that disappointed me a little bit, as I said, was Sam not lasting for longer against Vicor.
Emma being everybody just being very stupid.
And everybody being a little bit stupid. Stan and Zoe addition to the episode.
Yay! Fucking excellent. Just delighted to see Stan.
Getting some answers. Yes, thank you. Polarity leveling up. Yes, thank you. And still, the ultimate reveal for Cipher has yet to come. Yeah. And I think it's going to be what we think it is.
Yeah. And I'm also now very much looking forward to Sage v Stan.
Oh yeah, because absolutely
like Sage v Stan is going to be fucking incredible.
As much as this was exposition episode, it was also
for Godolkin
setting up season 5 stuff. Absolutely setting up season 5 stuff.
And I'm very much hoping Cipher makes it through into season 5. I would I don't know if he will, but I just want to see more Hamish Linklater.
Yes.
Yeah, I do. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
It would be interesting if, however Gen V wraps up, whether Cipher is alive or dead, if Stan and the Gen V gang...
are going to be in... I think they're going to...
But if they're a separate faction to the boys... Yeah. If, Marie did get recruited by Starlight, but Stan has very little confidence in the boys.
Yeah.
Or their ability to get stuff done. We saw that on the farm episode. So I wonder any of you are still alive. So
it really is.
So
and
they could be a separate faction.
Yeah.
You could have
the
boys trying to...
and he's not going to he's not going to be going out of his way to try and stop Butcher, because Butcher's trying to do the same thing he wants.
Yeah, so will there be 3 anti-Vought factions? Butcher out on his own, the boys doing the boys things, and Stan and the Gen V gang as another faction? Yeah. That would be cool in season 5.
Yeah.
But we definitely got some season 5 set up in this episode. We've seen what Homelanders America is like, a little bit on the outside for normal people. Stan wants his company back.
Yes.
and
he
has
very
the means
much
to go about it.
Wants his company back.
But yeah, no, looking forward to the last 2 episodes.
Yeah,
very much looking forward to them. But that covers it for season 2, episode 6, Cooking Lessons.
Yep.
As ever, guys, thanks for joining us. In the meantime, if you want, you can head back and check out some of our previous episodes. I'm pretty sure I've said that they're all up on YouTube now as well.
I have no idea.
We're up on YouTube now as well. Yeah, it's Monorants. You can find all our stuff there and in the normal places, as well as our other podcasts, Monorants at the Movies and Death Rants at Metalocalypse Podcast. Or you can come and chat with us on Twitter at RantsMono, on BlueSky at Monorants, on Instagram at Monorants_the_boys, or you can send your own rants to monorantspodcast@gmail.com. We'll chat to y'all next week. Bye bye.